Howdy, everybody. Oh, welcome back. It's only been a week. What a miracle. Um,
What a day to
we,
be alive.
yeah, exactly. Uh, we're live, back with you, as always. Maybe not as always. Sometimes we're not here, but we are today. So,
We're in your spirit.
yes, a recap, of course. Last time you were going to meet up with the kid that you had encountered in Haven called Alicia, because she had helped you kind of figure out a way for you to gather the metal from New Cairn that you were looking for, so that you could help the maybe evil necromancer Morrigan complete whatever mysterious task it is that she's working on. So you traveled with Alicia to following the compass that she had kind of helped you find, to a laboratory that was once owned by her parents, who were excellence of the Arcanum. You spent some time trying to figure out the riddle that locked the door, ultimately being able to find out that you're supposed to write Alicia's name on this metal plate that was
It
mounted
didn't
on the
take
door.
that long.
No, it took a reasonable amount of time. So you didn't completely like die mentally from it, but you solved things faster as well. But it was like the ideal amount of time, you know. But inside the laboratory, you had to fight some iron golems who were defending the place, and once you'd done that, you were free to search all the things that you could find in there. You found a journal where they kind of mentioned Alicia's old mother kind of mentioned, like, oh yeah, Morrigan has been showing interest in our project, and she must never learn the things that we have learned, because the consequences can be terrible, which kind of made you realize that maybe helping her do just that is not ideal.
But it helps us, though.
True, I'm not going to debate that.
The glory of a neutral, mostly neutral party.
Yep. Alicia also found a rod that seemed to defy gravity that she was holding on to herself, refusing to share. Because after all, this is kind of her inheritance in a way. You then kind of had to use the journal and some of the equipment at the laboratory to figure out which ones of the plethora of trinkets were from New Cairn, using a method that had been devised by Alicia's parents before their passing away. And so you gathered up enough material to create a metal rod for Morrigan, and you headed out. But before going back to Havanitha, you took a bit of a detour down south to Sanctuary, from where you walked further south and a bit west, until you stumbled upon a tree marked with the symbol of the Gillstars, the symbol of the Arcanum, and I can't remember what the last one was. But doesn't matter. At that place, you did a bit of digging, and you found the grave of Gemma Gillstar, who, with the help of a vision from the Grim Psychometry, Jaxson was able to figure out exactly what had happened, revealing a battle between Clayton Gillstar and an elven excellent by the name of Atticus, who ended up in a fight that accidentally killed Gemma. And so, using the Skull of Seance, you were able to ask a couple of questions to the corpse, or the skeletal remains, I should say, which allowed Jaxson to kind of make his judgment, in completing yet another family member, checking that off the list. And oh, Jesus Christ, I got an antivirus pop-up now. It's been spamming me with a super stupid thing from the network. Yeah, it's. I'm gonna see if I can pause this. But anyway, I'll keep going with a recap. You also found the wedding band belonging to Gemma Gillstar, who or you took that with you, and upon returning to Havanitha, you paid a quick visit to Schreiber, who helped identify it, and told you that it is a ring of spell storing which contains a revivify spell, which is slightly ironic. And so where we pick up from last session, it is getting late. You are in Havanitha, and you have basically two nights and a day before you're supposed to meet up with Ethelward and return to Arxmortem. So, you're free to do whatever it is you want to do.
To the north. There.
Is that where you're going?
Apartment.
Oh yeah, right. We left with us going through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
We actually met with Schreiber first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep.
Ether.
So it's getting late. There's like an hour or two left before it's time to go to bed, probably, and you're at the Outcasts at the moment.
Oh.
So, Dara and Arisa, you head to the Knock. Jaxson, you wanted to go to your hub apartment, if I understand you correctly. And then Storm.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Howling Siren.
Do someone else.
The Knock.
Yeah, Howling Siren. Yeah.
Okay. So you head off to the Howling Siren. If you remember what to pay, then great. Otherwise, tell me, and I will remind you.
I think it was 8 gold per person for the Knock, if I'm not mistaken.
8 gold for the room, not per person.
8 gold for the room. Sorry.
Per night, though. So if you're staying 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow night.
I'll pay for 2 nights already, just so I don't have to bother.
Great. And then I believe it is 2 silver per night, if I recall correctly, for the Howling Siren. Yes, 2 silver per night for you, Storm. So 4 silver if you're staying both nights.
Yeah, both.
So
Jaxson will just leave like all the liquor in there, so he doesn't have to carry around like 10 bottles.
Sure.
Why
that
would
makes
you not
sense.
want to do that?
I assume you're still bringing one of them, though.
Yeah.
So the night goes by undisturbed. You have your peace for an evening before the sun rises, and you are ready to do something to waste some time. So you have the entire day with nothing planned. Is there anything that anyone wants to do?
To the Knock.
I have a minor thing, but I can do it after the Knock thing as magic.
Well, as Storm implies, goes to the Knock, and I assume everybody goes there to have the regular breakfast meeting thing.
Yeah.
So you all gather
Barrel fish in hand.
Yeah. Fritz
Bang,
comes
bing,
in
bong.
with a Subway sandwich, you know.
I come in with a abyss chicken.
Sure.
Lovely to be back in habit, eh?
Indeed. But anyway, so we're still doing giving the thing to you know who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not?
I mean, we did have a lot of warnings, but
Plenty of why nots, there plenty of why.
You know, she will get it, like, sometime, you know, like, you know, it will happen sooner or later. So, like, why don't we get something out of it as well, you know?
Yeah, the scourges will end the world sooner or later, you know.
yeah, I'm just worried that she might not be able to do anything about that. I point to Storm's arm.
We say
She will be
well,
able to do
okay,
something about
what
that.
we can always hide it here or something, and then we say, oh, when you fix the arm, we give it to you, like, so she doesn't scam us, you know. But she won't like that, probably.
She won't scam us.
She's a nice person.
That I cannot tell.
No.
But if she...
Nice person is a little bit of... That's like saying Storm is generous.
You don't
It's
have
like
to be mean
a
to
lie.
Storm. Like, come on.
No offense, Storm.
Behave.
No offense, Storm, but you're not the most generous person. I just wanted to use you as an example.
Great. We're just gonna have to do it and hope that she speaks the truth. Because I want this arm gone. Jax wants to find his brother.
Yeah, something like that.
And if she betrays us,
then we're
he
powerless
has
to
an
stop her.
unnecessary enemy. And I wouldn't see why she would betray my not doing anything about my arm. It seems like she's one of the best magic users ever. Why would she not be able to replace arm?
You know,
It's like something of like a highest degree of magic, like, and it's pretty evil, you know.
Yeah, but we stole the rod.
No, we didn't steal it. We just...
No, we didn't steal it.
And you know what? Like, we are quite the powerful allies to have. So, like, why would she backstab us?
Exactly. Okay, so what happens after that? I get the new arm. Jaxson checks out his dead brother.
Yeah.
Well, then directly afterwards, we teleport to Arisa's home village, fetch my uncle, and then we go down to the Underdark.
He pays for his own things.
Are you referring to my uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can read. Yeah, I accept that.
What currency do you use in the Underdark?
Mushrooms.
No, we eat mushrooms. It's mostly the same, you know. You do realize that minerals and stuff kind of come from the ground.
Is there a golden oak bank in the underground?
I have never seen a golden oak bank there.
No, okay.
Is there
have I seen any form of bank down there?
It's yes, but nothing as sophisticated as the Golden Oak Bank. Like nothing that spans the entirety of the Underdarks, and no like major
it's more like a localized form of bank, so I don't think it's applicable for the Golden Oak.
No outcast?
I have never seen anything, but
you'd never heard of them until you went to the surface.
No. But then again, I don't know if I would have heard about them if some people weren't talking about us infiltrating them. So,
you know, like, what's the plan for the Underdark? We only know that we're going to.
Yeah, exactly. We're going in kind of blind at the moment.
It would be nice to know.
Well, we are. Preferably, I would like us to. Well, you might not like this answer. I want us to liberate a city.
So overthrow another government.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, do what?
All over again, baby.
We're basically overthrowing a government.
So, do they have like their own version of the Blue Dale mine? Just so we know what we're getting into, because our like success rate with the overthrowing a government is like 50% right now.
Is there death penalty?
Well, yes.
I don't like the odds we have right now. You know, like 50.
And also, it's mostly more the slaves that get to go to the mines.
Yeah, but I mean the criminals too. What do you do with the criminals?
It depends.
I mean, like if someone tried to kill their leaders, what would happen? Like.
Well, it has been a change of government, so. But I assume torture or death.
Who are we making king or the leader after we overthrow?
Your uncle.
No.
No, we don't need to make him.
Maybe we don't know that. Like it was a
there are some more less radical people that we can make into kings or queens or
Well,
similar
well,
things.
That's
Probably
good.
we.
That you don't just like leave them alone and let them like just be crippled.
You can just
Yeah.
do the like American approach. Just go and destabilize and leave it as it is.
Yeah, that works too.
it's gonna be
No, but
chaos.
yeah,
That's our thing, though.
yep, it certainly will.
Okay, so we're overthrowing them because they're doing bad stuff, and then we walk out of there.
Well, the thing is, it was like a political uprising, and that's the reason why I left the Underdark in the first place. And
Like, if it was a political uprising, then the people probably like wanted that, you know. Like there was a change, you know, like, and you're just like a conservative who wants it back to the good old days, and
Which-
I feel like that's not what we stand for in this group.
yeah, about that change,
Mhm.
I don't think most people wanted that change at all.
So why
so,
did they win?
Yeah,
Well, let's just say that they had planned out a very swift coup against the council.
like just like have protests and stuff. Just show that you don't like politically aligned with the government. Then.
This isn't Belarus where you can just start a rebellion and get a slap on the wrist. This is more like you start a rebellion and get thrown in the dungeons.
Jaxson, you think back to like, Thromeran history. Like, you remember as you were a child, there was like a demonstration in Lower Thurmera, and like all the protesters either got disappeared, sent to the Bluedale mines, or just outright murdered in the streets. You're like,
Yeah, that's why he's not a conservative. You know,
You just have like a realization after saying all that. You're like, maybe it doesn't work like that up here either. And then you remember the whole violent rebellion that created Bellerin as well. It's like, yeah.
Okay,
Look, I'm not saying that the previous government was good. I'm just saying that the current one is
Yeah.
worse.
So what we do is we plant a bunch of explosives above like the cave roof of the keep or castle and just blow it up. They get caved in. Easy. No more government.
Do you understand how big a
cave.
city? I think you might need to see the Underdark a little bit more.
I like my idea. Storm, are you with me?
Do you realize how much firepower you need for that?
We can.
Storm, it will cost a lot of money.
But we just steal it somewhere, you know? A heist.
But it will be very hard to transport, Storm. We would need multiple bags of holding.
Fine, we do the boring stuff then.
As long as as long as they have the same currency and I can grab their coins,
They have,
I'm in
they have
overthrowing the
gold.
government.
They have gold, silver, platinum, generals, emeralds, and all that.
They have
Storm.
Yeah.
When we overthrow them, we go a little way to the treasure room, get all the treasure and leave.
Indeed.
So we need some sort of explosive to
Do
like
not point
blow
out
up
the treasury.
vault.
This ain't
You're
happening again, guys. I'm just saying.
yeah. Don't worry, Dara is not gonna let them take the cash. At least not that much. Anyway, that's the plan. Unless anyone else has anything they want to do.
Wait, what the fuck is the plan?
Well, first of all, we need to get there.
The plan is to kill the government.
Yeah, but like, I think we need a bit more plan. There's, we're going there and kill them.
Look, it was a few years ago since I was there. I kind of need to get a fresh up on how things have been going on.
What if it's been better now? Like the people like the government.
Yeah, I got a mission from my patron that I shouldn't run away from my past because it has been so much better down there.
Well, fine. Let's do
See you
that.
tomorrow then. We're taking a day off, right?
Some shopping and how's that mask of yours doing, Storm?
Yeah, so let's see here. 23rd of Desolation's dawn, it's done. So like
Desolation's dusk.
dusk. Fuck!
That's
Isn't
the
that
one.
like a month or two?
No, you're in Desolation's dusk. It is currently the 8th, though.
Soon.
So after the Underdark, probably.
Yeah. But then again, the big question is what we will do after we have done my thing.
What we do, we
Overthrow
go through
heaven,
the
you said.
desert. What? No, we don't do. Look,
No,
Amnita is the only place we have allies. So
yeah.
we overthrow. Just give a country, come on. Andronia, they're
Draxonia.
capital. Yeah, Draxonia.
As you say Andronia, Arisa just looks at you and is like,
Oh right, sorry. We overthrow. We can do a second try at Bellerin. You know.
Look, we do have that that whole de la Nuit thing in Venderstall that
So
we
why
might.
would we
are
care
done
that
with
she
the
like?
delete. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, we don't care that she fucked someone and he disappeared and stuff like that. Just house drama, man. Like.
I believe there's a little bit more to it than that. Plus, we don't like the Delanois.
Yeah, but I don't want to be near them. Like, did you see what they fucking did in the arena to us? Like, fuck that.
Yeah, but we're like significantly stronger since then.
Yeah.
Like we were like scrubs back then, and now we're like semi-scrubs.
you're almost competent.
Yeah.
Do I remember anything about the Delaney thing?
What thing? What
Like
part of it?
The child or the
What was the problem? Like, what was like the problem with the whole thing?
Wasn't it that she had murdered the allegation that she had murdered?
Her husband or something?
Well, yeah, Vernetta Delanui's husband disappeared a while back, but that's not really the reason why people care about the Delanuis. I mean, you spoke to Vera not long ago, was mentioning that she had some leads and some things that she had in mind. I mean, mainly it is that currently there is a war going on in the entire Dawn world, and the Delanuis being very much central to Bellerin's existence are kind of trying to, or Vernetta in particular is trying to seize as much power in government as she can. And is kind of urging to, as like field marshal of the armies, get pretty much free reins in some.
So we're just gonna overthrow another government.
Well, she's not really government. She's just
she's more like a corrupt politician.
she's the highest ranking officer in the Belleronian
Corrupt politician.
military, and right underneath her you have Eileen and Arlette de Lanui as the generals of its two divisions. And then at the head of the kind of sacred police used to be Clarice de Lanui. Though we all know what happened there.
Yeah, do we want to go after Kessler or the Scourges?
I mean, Kessler probably. The Scourges is a bit harder.
Yeah. But then again, we also need to have something to go after. Like, I mean, where would we even start with either of those?
Like, the thing is, we can always, we have the lead with the Wolfgang thingy that he was in or something, with Caden and everything. So we have a lead over there. So we can always, we don't have to do everything like bam, bam, bam. We can just have like, some time when we try just to do some research and see like if we can get any leads on like him. We don't have to. like you don't have to have like a completely packed schedule.
I suppose so.
But
Storm does like to have the thrill and excitement of having a lot of things at the same time.
Well, fuck off now. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm doing some shopping.
All right, so everybody splits up for the day.
Yep.
Who wants to go first? If anyone has anything planned.
I have just a really quick one.
Okay, then Dara, do your quick thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some more materials for floor.
Sounds
Because
good to me.
I'm running out of them. So I'm gonna buy 3 more materials for 3 more castings, so 30 gold.
Right. Jaxson, Storm, you want to do anything? Okay, you go to a bathhouse. Let's say you spend like 8 gold throughout the day on luxury treatments.
Let's go.
I go to Schreiber.
All right, Schreiber is still there.
I don't know if you will remember this, but I forgot. I had a javelin from the beach.
Right. I think I remember what.
What does this do? This, Schreiber. It is magical, I know, but so what the hell does it do?
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that I know which one this is.
Storm Javelin.
Takes it. Cast Identify.
Javelin?
Is rather ordinary. If you were hoping for something particularly interesting, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. It is magical, of course, but just a generic sharpening enchantment, really.
How much can you buy it from, yeah?
I'd give you let's say maybe 100 gold.
Two
That's
healing
true.
potions it is.
We can make a trade.
Perfect. That we do.
Takes 2 potions, slides them over, takes the javelin, puts it behind the counter. Anything else I can help you out with?
No, that's it for the moment.
Very well.
That's all I'm gonna do, I think.
Fair enough.
Or I ask Schreiber. Never
Yep.
mind. Can we buy spice here?
Spice? You mean spice is food? That kind
No,
of thing.
The outcast. We're thinking criminal stuff.
You mean drugs?
Drags.
Drugs. Is that the kind of spices?
No,
talking about?
spy. Spy.
A spy. A
Yeah,
person that's spying
yeah.
on things.
Exactly.
I mean, I suppose there are people for hire. That's sort of how the casts work.
It's not like I can speak to one dude who has all the spy ready to go.
Potentially, I mean, I reckon it would probably be, well, it depends. Are you looking for a spy that might put a dagger in somebody's back, or just someone that's gathering intel?
Intel.
I'd probably go to Pilfer's Ring then.
Perfect. I head to Pilfer's Ring.
Alright, so let me look up some stuff then.
How much does a spy cost?
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Where do we have this? I need to look up who is actually responsible for this. Where do we have it? I wasn't expecting this, you know?
Understandable, understandable.
Okay. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. I can't find anything here. What's going on? My notes are a shambles.
Shamble.
I'm completely blanking on what I'm supposed to like look
In the
for here.
In the meantime, Dara's gonna
Yeah.
throw away the gold potion.
Sure. Like where are my notes for this, man?
I have no idea.
I'm so confused. Like
You can share them and we can help you find.
no, definitely
no.
not. But like for real, I straight up can't find any of the notes I'm looking for on this.
Control F.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but it's just not here. I don't know where I've put this stuff.
It's on Drive, right?
Control F
Yeah,
is
it's-
spy.
No, that's definitely not it. It's
Do you have them on city by city, or
no, it's my character document, like a master document for every single character in the campaign, and I cannot find it. Like straight up, don't know where any of this has gone. So I'm gonna need to look this up afterwards. So we'll say that you ask around a bit, and you're put into contact with this elven man, who isn't really like he kind of shady looking, because he's dressed in very like dark clothes, hood pulled up, wearing like these leather gloves, completely just like jet black, everything, and has this like scarf that is kind of covering the lower portion of his face. It's like, I heard you were looking for a spy.
Indeed, a spy.
Well, you found one.
Perfect. I was wondering how much this was going to cost, and if you have heard of the person I am trying to spy on. We are going away for a little trip to the Underdark, holiday season. So, do you know perhaps the name Kessler?
Can't say that I do.
Shit. Well, do I have any idea how long we're going to be in the Underdark for? No, I don't.
It depends a lot.
It's just
probably a number of days at least. You don't expect to be back in an afternoon.
Yeah, I understand that. So we'll say 2 weeks. How much for 2 weeks of spying?
we should mention the target as well.
I said Kessler.
Yeah, because Kessler is so easy to find.
He thinks for a moment, and then he kind of says, I suppose the cost depends. What kind of target are we dealing with here?
We're dealing with a criminal who is running around and trying to gather some stuff. And it can be... Are you only working in Havanitha, or can you move other places?
I can move, but I suppose it depends as well.
Because you probably have plenty of outcast hideouts.
I do.
Perfect. Let me gather the information so you can make the right assessment for how much it will cost, and I will return.
Sounds fair.
Perfect. Okej, så fucking nu måste jag leta upp på den här.
Language.
No, I gotta find these fools somehow.
Well, you're probably gonna gather up in the evening or something.
Yeah.
Just
Don't we do that?
just make sure everyone is alive still.
Yep.
We don't find Arisa.
Arisa
What?
and Fritz are gone. What
Oh
happened?
no, how are we going to get to the Underdark now?
Well, the day goes by, and in the evening, once Dara, you've bought your things. Jaxson, you've had your spa day, and Storm, you've inquired about spies.
I go to the barber as well, freshening up my trim, you know.
Okay. Just you know, the old regular or anything new. Yeah.
Always.
Just a cleanup.
Mohawk.
Talk me, Virgin.
Yes. Well, he's going for it. He's gonna rock that talk.
Is this canon?
No, it's not canon.
Okay. So just a quick cleanup for you then. As you're in there, you're asked if you want some surgery as well.
Surgery?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, while you're at the barber, you know, they ask if you need any surgery done.
Oh. No.
You sure you don't happen to have an extra toe that needs removal or appendicitis, perhaps?
I'm good.
All right. But yeah, you meet up probably at the knock, I assume, and you have dinner together.
Oh.
Hey lads, I was thinking, while we are gone, we're probably going to be gone for a couple of days. We hire a spy to get to know everything about Kessler.
That's a good choice.
It's one of those few blue moons where you get good ideas, Storm.
But I don't think Kessler is the right person to spy on.
Yeah, maybe something a little bit easier, like the Grandmasters or something.
I was thinking the map, the sheet we have, because he hasn't gone through everything there, right? What is going on? Is he trying to do anything of these sheeted things, or which one has he already done? We can confirm that some of them is done, but not.
I mean, the thing is, we don't know who Kessler is, if he's actually a person or not, or if he's
but then he spies on
so
what's going on.
If you could try to spy on Gage, that would probably, because he's the closest man, he's the right hand,
Yeah.
So if we get to him, we can probably get to Kessler. So if we can spy on him, that would be great, and that list could probably help. When Arisa, you scried on him before, right? And they were in Hafnitha.
Yeah, I think it was Helen. She was.
Okay. I write down on a note as well, like the company that hired, the Airbnb place.
No, okay.
Yeah, and the date and which house they rented, and some other details, so you can take that.
Right.
We know about the Archives of Tours. Arcanum is gone.
Yeah.
Daedalus one of the Daedalus vaults is
gone.
Yep.
is gone.
Dusk Hollow Grove is still fine.
All right, yeah, that's a thing right there.
We strike them. The Zoo is already gone.
Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure that Alder King's Library, we need to
at least.
Yeah. The Alder King's Library.
Yes, right.
Oh yeah, that one is also gone.
Yeah.
We also write up the Order of the Bloodhound. No, Order of No, I don't fucking know. I need to check my notes if I have it right here. No, it's not this note. No, fuck. It's not that one. Fuck.
Are you editing the final document?
No. I'm just looking through my notes. I don't seem to find anything. Right. So I guess we just put together all the information we know about Gage and Kessler's plans into a document. Do we even know if this guy is legit? He might be working for Kessler.
He said he knew nothing about Kessler.
That would, like...
That's
Something everyone would probably say.
I mean, if you worked for Kessler, probably would say like, "Oh no, I don't know about him."
Yeah, but he promised. It's okay.
Okay, yeah, and then it's fine. Okay,
that he promised.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So we know that Gage was in Havnitha like a week ago, right, or something, or when did we try? You know that, Jacob?
That was a long time ago, I think.
Don't remember that.
I believe it's longer than maybe.
It was before we went into the in-betweens. Right.
Yeah. Before, right? Maybe it was like when we were doing the conclave day or before that, maybe.
Something like that. Well, we just write down everything we know.
Why can't Arisa just scry again? It's not like.
Yeah, Arisa, scry on Gage, please, pretty please.
Jacob hates scrying.
No, I think that the spell is great, but sometimes it is a bit annoying.
Yep. You hate it when you have to take into consideration where a very mobile NPC is.
So, okay, you have met him, you don't have a picture of him, you don't have a possession of his, and you don't have a body part of his, right?
Yeah, I still think we should have taken some of his mustache hairs.
What is the DC?
Oh god, I gotta look up that scrying.
Probably.
Not just like the ordinary.
For Arisa?
Yeah.
Let me take a quick look here.
Right.
So +4 plus that. Okay, I have to recalculate this. It should be.
No, just give me like the actual her spell save DC.
Yeah, but I don't have it technically that document, so I'm just calculating it quickly in my head. It's 17. 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
You guys are being difficult today, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Means
start with the gold potion, then the spy, and then this.
Right.
And we're gonna make it worse.
Let me work this out then. Yep, okay. You would see what looks like an ordinary room, or Arisa would tell you this, that she saw an ordinary room, like a tavern room. Judging by the kind of look of it, it seemed to be something more rural. There wasn't a lot to tell from it, He was just kind of in the room, making some notes, but too difficult to see what he was writing. Seemed to be writing a letter of some sort. Yeah, nothing much to be learned from it.
Yeah. Well, he he's gauging it up, so I suppose we can't find anything.
It's hard to gauge where he is.
Oh, pawn of the day.
Great.
Well, I guess we still have. Well, we don't know. We can't gauge where Gage is, but we can probably find some other acquaintances in this city, like the Grandmasters and, well.
We got all this information. That's all he got. Good.
Yeah.
And how he looks. That will be perfect.
Nice. Do we know when and where we are going to meet Morgan's second-hand man? You know.
Yes, X. Outside the city.
Word.
Outside
Yeah,
the city.
word. But like, where are we going to meet him?
Outside the city.
Outside, like north of the gate, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Nice.
Okay, so should we go get the spy first, huh?
Yeah, let's get the spy,
Yeah.
and then we go to bed.
Yeah.
Bam, to the spy.
Why did no one bring up that I got a trim? Like, I fixed my hair and no one said anything. Fucking rude people, man.
Risa comes up like, wow, what a nice haircut.
Too late. Too late.
We're thinking about guys destroying the world, you know, so...
Like, you can always like, oh, what nice hair you have. Like,
Absolutely,
what did you do to your hair, you know?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jaxson. Next time we'll take into consideration your hairstyle.
It's nice, like, if you notice details once in a while.
Go to the spy.
All right. So as you go to leave the establishment, Storm, you just feel like the tap on your shoulder, and you turn around and you see the spy standing there. It's like, I figured I should prove my credentials, and he hands you a list. And as you look at it, you see every location that you've been to throughout the entire day since you met him. Noted down like exact times that you were there.
Look at that. What's your name, dear sir?
I prefer to not make that known to people.
Understandable. What is your fake name then?
Call me G.
G? Pleasure to meet you. We have our information. What can you put out of this?
Okay, so you hand him like the
The
basic
list.
notes of...
Yeah.
So what is included on this? Just a quick summary.
So we have the Airbnb place.
Yeah.
And which date and which building they were in it. And then we have all the places we think they're going to hit.
Yeah.
We're working on.
We should also add the Grandmasters as a part of the document.
No, fuck the Grandmaster. Fuck the
No,
Grandmaster.
like they are no
don't do
longer
anything.
employed by him.
Oh.
Yeah, we write down the guy who like owns the arena and stuff, because he's the one who's like
Magister acted.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would still say that the Grandmasters have
But like
been.
they are not in contact with him. The Magister is their supervisor, and he's
Sure they have been, but the spy would probably not speak with them. Like, be like, hey, can you like...
But you can at least have it as information. You know,
It's like known associates, basically.
Yeah.
The more information, more gold it costs.
I don't think that's how it works.
And then we have like some descriptions of people, like all the people in the room. Like, you know.
Yeah, the masked mage.
And some recent things they've done, like the Arcanum thing and Tourist Arcanum thing and Daedalus Vault and all the
King's Library, the most
Yeah.
important. He probably knows about that one.
Mhm. And the attacks with Red Arm Man, Unavenged Man, you know, the dead guy, who is dead, by the way.
The Lorien Lion.
Yeah, no, we just write down his dead.
Cut on.
Don't worry, he'll be coming back soon enough.
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's
No
dead. We
fucking
killed
way he
him.
returns.
Yeah,
so,
let's take him back so that Jacob can suffer it yet again.
I will get you, Jax.
Nope. He's dead.
Okay. So that's roughly what
yeah.
you put in there then. So you hand him the list. He looks at it, just kind of like raises an eyebrow. So we are dealing with someone that is responsible for the attack on the older King's Library, the recent attack on Tourist Arcanum, someone who has opened one of Daedalus' vaults. This is going to be expensive.
But the Gage Fawnen is the one we kind of want to check on, and maybe what is if he's planning to do anything of those other things that is crossed off.
He's the second hand, you know,
Or
the right hand of the guy who is responsible for it.
Yeah.
So probably the easiest person to find from the organization or something gives the most information.
You wanted 2 weeks, right?
I mean, you can take how long? Like, how long do you think would be necessary for it? Because I think you will have to travel through the hub and stuff for it.
Is 2 weeks a good time stamp?
In 2 weeks, I should be able to find some useful things.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll check up on you in 2 weeks. How much will it cost until 2 weeks? Well, for 2 weeks.
I'll charge 100 per day. 1,400.
You'll get half now and half later.
That was exactly what I was about to suggest.
Perfect.
So you give him 700. How you want to divide that up between you is up to you, but...
Arisa and Fritz
They pay as well.
And we are gonna take a payment from Dara's uncle when he comes.
140 per person.
No, it's 70 right now per person.
What?
Wait, no, right.
Look.
I don't know.
Okay, wait. We'll just start with the easy one. If we do it like, it's gonna be 140 if we divide it by 5. So. So I'll take 140 from me, 140 from Arisa, and it was gold, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's not platinum. That would be a bit...
Yeah, if it was platinum, then we might reconsider that.
Then we're bordering on you can't afford it territory.
Yeah. Oh god.
14,000 gold, that would be wild.
Yeah, are you calling us poor?
No, I'm just saying that 14,000 gold is not something you can afford to just throw away on something.
Yeah, that's right.
G?
Is there any spot we can find you in, like meet up?
He will find us.
I will find you.
Right. You know, the G spot.
G, we wish you good luck.
And we will check up a little bit on you later on.
We will see you sooner or later, eh?
By the way, if you need to give updates and stuff, this is my apartment number in the hub. You can leave letters there or something.
I think he already knew that.
He has followed you, you fucker, not me.
Yeah,
Or
but
maybe he has followed me.
G knows his stuff.
Hopefully, yeah. You know, we're just making it a bit easier, you know. so you don't have to find out yourself.
I would prefer not having to waste time tracking down all of you, if it is possible.
Exactly. So like,
Yeah. Well,
I will. We will try to check in there once in a while. Cannot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
If you're in Havanitha or in the hub in 2 weeks, I will find a way to contact you.
Yeah, we tend to visit Schreiber quite a lot, so that's always a good spot.
I'll
Very well.
figure out a way to contact you.
Yeah. But I do
Until
like
then.
Jackson's ideas of letters.
Well,
Until then.
Well,
And he
Whether
disappears off into the crowds. And so,
that was a very good investment, Storm.
let's get another spy.
to spy on the other spy.
What a scourges!
No, I think we just have like 5 spies. Everyone spies on the same spy, like on chain.
Yeah, the spy spies on the spy because we think the spy is working for Gillstar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So
We just make a conga line of spies.
Turns out they're all working for Kessler and reporting that nothing sus is happening.
until we find one person who is actually a
Yeah.
neutral spy.
Yeah.
Like these spies are just laying on their couch all day.
Sitting there watching TV. Yeah, nothing sus.
They just, like, the moment they get the job, they just go home and write down nothing on a paper, and then they just chill until it's time to, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you do so if you were a spy?
I mean, it's an easy paycheck.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
Jaxson will go to the hub. And by the way, could you get copies for the hub key?
No, I don't think
Potentially
we
you
can.
could request it, but the thing is that you got your access as a group, so it complicates matters. It's probably not impossible, but it would have to go through some layers of bureaucracy.
Well,
Don't worry, we can always mock Death Angel to make it go faster.
does it like take a lot of time to
Death
make a
Angel.
request?
Does it what, Jax?
Take a lot of time to make a request, or can you just like leave like a note for the request?
You could contact someone and it will be brought up. It's not that difficult for you to just leave an inquiry, I guess, but it's...
Yeah, Jaxson will do it on his way to the apartment.
Alright, sure.
Sleep tight.
To bed we go.
Okay, so... yes, you all go your separate ways, you sleep for the night, and the next morning you meet up again at the knock, and today is the day that you're supposed to meet up with Ethelward. So, do you do anything before then, or do you head straight for the North Gate?
Northgate!
Northgate.
Actually, I'm going to the South Gate.
Uh-huh.
We leave Jackson. Wait, Jackson has the medal.
Yeah, so no.
I have the medal, the fuck? Bag of holding.
Oh yeah, right.
But
Okay,
I
God.
stole it. I was so good
Shit.
that PM didn't even have to ask for a check.
You have, like,
Damn.
a piece each.
Oh, damn. Horrible.
Okay. So, you make your way to the North Gate. There's a lot of traffic at this point because it's early in the morning. People are coming from outside the city and trying to enter, and people inside the city that need to leave are all going out. So it's a bit clogged when you first get there. But with some time, you finally manage to get through the lines of people. And so you exit the city proper, leaving the tall white walls of Havanitha behind you as you venture out onto the road. Outside it kind of clears up a bit because the road is broader or wider, and some people disappear off in different directions from the main road, so it's more sparse with people outside. And you're all kind of standing around there for a bit. Storm, you're the first one to spot Ethelward, who is dressed in like all black, very similar to the spy in some ways. Also like hood pulled up, kind of face partially concealed.
The spy is spying on us. What?
For a second, you think it is the spy, but no, it's Ethelward. And kind of makes his way up to you. So, are you all ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Come with me then. And he kind of takes you off into this wooded area on the side of the road, away from the line of sight of all the people at the gate. And so he kind of gathers you all up, and just like looks at everybody. Is everybody ready to go then?
Yes, sir.
Indeed, we are.
You got it.
You have the medal, I assume.
We
We
got it.
All right then. And in a second, you are transported through the plains, and you appear this time in the teleportation chamber within Arx Mortem. And as you get there, Storm, you see like sitting on a bit of an outcropping at the top, like just under the ceiling. You see the raven of Morrigan, missing half its face, just looking at all of you quietly, kind of turning its head, just perched there. Ethelward takes a step off of this like circle where you appeared. So, you may want to bring that medal out. Get it ready.
Oh, it's ready. It's ready indeed.
Come with me then. And he continues to just take you out of the room, takes you down one of the elevator shafts, and you enter out into the great hall, or not the great hall, the dining room, where you first encountered Morrigan. And there she is, still sitting in her almost throne-like chair. And to your surprise, you see that her raven is already here, having moved from the teleportation room all the way down, and is now perched on one of the
Better than floor.
yeah,
Excuse me?
Take notes, Floor.
Take notes.
is sitting on one of these back posts of the chair. Morrigan just looks at all of you, kind of like smiles a bit in your direction, and says, well, congratulations on a successful job. I assume you were successful anyway.
Well, we were successful.
We're all
Tribune, of course we were.
Show it. She gestures for you to come closer. So you just unload all the pieces of metal onto the table.
That's a rod indeed.
You see the raven flies over and lands on the table and kind of like picks at one of the trinkets, looks at it. This will do.
Great.
A job well done then.
Now it's just a matter of the reward.
Of course. I hadn't forgotten. Well, first things first. In the time that you were away, to our surprise, we happened to stumble upon a certain Gillstar. Who would have thought?
Inside check.
Inside check. Or I assist your inside check. If
I
that is
don't need an advantage on this one, baby. That's 24.
I mean, there is fabrication to this.
Oh, also, we bought this bottle of black wine called Morgan's Necrosis for you.
How quaint knowing that people name things after me. Thank you.
Wow.
But like a special wine,
You can leave it on the table.
Hmm.
No, but you will get to meet with Kurt Gillstar, was it?
Mm-hmm. Any restrictions or something,
Oh, I've got him safely kept here.
Does he have to be kept here?
I suppose it depends on what you intend.
Like, if he disappears, or is he of use for you?
I have plans for him.
Fuck. Yeah, okay.
But things can be negotiated.
Yeah, okay.
And of course, Storm, we will take care of you a bit later.
Great. So
No
let's
matter. Shall I have Ethelwood take you to meet with your, well, I would say brother, but there was some resistance there last time.
Right, yeah, we can head down there.
What makes you think it's down?
Feeling,
You must be a sage. She gets up from the chair, and Ethelward and her kind of like exchange a nod. Come on, I'll take you to the cellar. And she leads the way out into the courtyard, and there she takes you to the door that was closed, that was locked. The one door that you didn't know where it led, really. And she gestures for Ethelward, who steps up and pulls out this chain from underneath his clothes, and on that chain is a big key that he inserts into the keyhole, turns it, and opens the door, opening the path forward and revealing this, what looks like some generic like storage room, really. But in the storage room, there's also a set of stairs that goes down. And so Morgan continues to lead the way, stepping in first, and Ethelward kind of waits until all of you have passed him before he also follows in the back of the kind of line that you've formed. Descending the stairs, you enter what is essentially this little like intersection of hallways. It's very like dark and kind of like the air is all thick down here. Really kind of unpleasant dungeon type feeling. And what's even more concerning in a sense is that as you all come down there, you see these two massive forms, these flesh golems, that both are kind of like lumbering through the hallways. No, it doesn't point you towards them. There are two of them, and they just look at you with these like tired, pain-filled eyes with heavy eyelids. Their entire skin is just stitched together. They're like patchworks of humanoid skin tones in various shades, all kind of just united with stitches, making them look like these big bulging flesh piles, really, in a kind of like bipedal shape. And they just kind of like stare at you as they continue down one of the hallways. Morrigan at this point turns to all of you, having gathered at the bottom of the stairs, and says, Ethelwood will take you from here. I will be awaiting you upstairs when you are done with Kurt. Then we will take care of you, Storm.
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent. Very well then. Dara is kind of lagging behind a bit, just taking
Just-
your time.
Getting shocked by the flesh golems.
Yep.
What are those?
Ah!
But Ethelward just kind of gestures at all of you to follow. He's like,
Yeah.
alright, right this way. And he takes you down one of the corridors, and you see this hallway that he takes you to is lined with dungeon cells. They are these kind of like narrow openings that lead down like a half flight of stairs into these like really small cramped cells. And at the end of this corridor, you can already hear as you're approaching a voice kind of echoing through the hallway, and you hear it say like, look, I'm really hungry down here, you know. Can I please just finally get... hi. Ethelward. Hi. Ethelward just kind of like stops there. Nods your way. Here he is. Oh, here's who? Oh, wait, you've got Do you like show yourself? Kind of. Hello, do I? Wait. Jaxson, is that you? You see, looking down into the this dungeon, you see Kurt, you know, now in his mid-20s, has this long, very scraggly and thin black beard, kind of like matted hair, real like pale, oily, greasy looking skin. Has lost a lot of weight since you last saw him. He's really like skin and bones at this point, and just dressed in these like torn, half like destroyed robes. And he's almost like crawling up these stairs to the bars of the door. It's like, you've come to get me out of here, huh?
No.
You must have... No, you struck a deal.
So, I'm just wondering, like, quickly, how does one make their way to the Morgan's dungeons?
Well, I'm glad that you ask. How about we discuss this over dinner? You must have talked to Morgan, right? We'll go Northport. We'll go back home, right? Family mansion is still it's doing well, I assume. So
No, not really.
well, you know, surely you look like you're doing well for yourself. Come on now, for old time's sake.
It's not much I can do to get you out of here, you know.
No, surely Ethelward, surely they've right. How I got here? It's a funny story, really. You know, I was working with Kingston and Elfsteel. You remember Elfsteel, right? Right.
Both dead.
No, that's not possible.
Yeah, it is. I think we found Elsie in like a keep or something, right? He was dead though already when we got there, and Kingston got sort of killed by the Justiciar, I think.
No.
Yes.
No, that's...
So, right, keep on with your story.
No. That was the whole reason I'm here.
Why are you here?
Because of Kingston's plan. He we were working together, you know. I was helping out. had a small mishap in the research, accidentally destroyed a bunch of notes, and then he told me to get out of there and not come back until I'd, could be useful, so I decided that I would complete the most daunting task for him, and I set out here. I made my way all the way over to the in-between, all the way here, just to find Morrigan, who he was looking for her. But now, if Kingston's dead, and even Elfsteel as well, I reckon Elfsteel could have probably done something at least. Surely he knew part of Kingston's plan so that I didn't. No. All of it for nothing. I spent a year in this dungeon. A year.
Like, what did you tell her to get into the dungeon?
Well, I may have snuck in. Or tried to. They caught me and threw me in here.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all a misunderstanding. They didn't open the door, so I figured I would try something else.
Could you give me like a second? Just I go to what was his name?
Ethelward.
Ethelward. Yeah. Just whisper like, what would it take to get him out of here? I mean, we helped you with this task. He's just,
When you say get him out of here,
yes.
what exactly do you mean by that? You want to set him free to...
Yes. To set him free. Leave him out of your custody. How
you
much
don't plan on ending him?
No.
Because that could be organized and easier.
Oh, you guys want to do that?
Not really, but that would be more of a bargaining chip. You get your little vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Morrigan gets to keep the body.
Oh, what does she want the body for?
Another body is always useful.
What if he provides you with another body?
Listen. We want him for more than just his corpse, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you could strike a bargain with Morrigan, is what I'm saying. Getting him out of here alive, well, gonna require something bit more.
And getting rid of him, how much would that take?
Assuming you're not planning to bury the body, I feel like Morrigan might be willing to agree to it.
Right.
I'm sure you can work something out if you want him out of here alive too, but that might require you doing something extra.
Right. I gave her a gift of wine,
Of course, I'm sure she's really happy about that, but what I'm talking about is really, an extra favor.
Alright, okay.
It's nothing I can decide.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to him as much as you'd like, but...
Right. Well, Jaxson heads back. Kurt.
Right.
So, we have two paths here,
Paths. I love paths. Anything is better than this whole,
So, the reason why I'm here is basically as Fiora, gave me a mission to,
Right. Could you maybe ask Ethelward to empty the bucket? It's been standing there for 3 days. It's starting to...
You won't have to worry about that, right now. So, Fiora basically gave me a mission to take care of...
Since when are you talking to her again? I thought you were...
I know, right? So, basically, I need to sort of get rid of the Gillstars one way or another.
Oh, wait.
One way or another.
Wait.
So yeah, you can get out of here alive. Or dead. You know, it's all up to you of like how much you like your magic practice.
Ooh.
Like it's either that or probably be the subject of
whatever magic you want me to do, I will do it. I'll serve.
No magic.
That's exactly what I meant, of course.
So you're willing to do whatever never using magic again, or at least never use necromantic magic again. You're free to learn other schools, and do whatever I come up with, Morgan, as the deal. Take you out of here. It's either that or, you won't need to use the bucket anymore with other case.
Jaxson, look, we were always close, right? Like, I know you had... no, I...
Now when you think back of it, it wasn't that smart to, go with Kingston all the time,
Ooh,
He can't really protect you now, bad choices. But, I'm just giving you this choice because I feel bad for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't, give you the choice. So, are you willing to do the conditions, or do you refuse? Easy answer.
Maybe we can compromise.
What's the compromise?
I don't know.
You're the last, Gillstar would use a necromancer.
Wait.
Clayton does it as well, but he will be the last one. Just join the trend. Just join the trend.
But what of all the others then? They took the deal. Kingston's apparently dead, killed by someone.
I didn't really have a choice there. He was in someone else's custody, like you are right now, and that complicates things. Your dad, he killed your mom.
What? No.
Yes.
He would never do that.
Well, he was. Do you remember? Faye. She's not really human.
Well, dormant genes and all that, right?
Mm-hmm. So, do you remember? What the fuck was his name? I have it written down here. Atticus. He had been
vague memory. Someone excellent, right?
Yeah. So she had an affair with him.
Oh, that's not
why.
But
Faye has,
Kingston told me that Faye just has dormant genes from.
You're really fucking stupid.
But isn't that possible?
No, when they were fighting, they accidentally killed Gemma in the way, So I am getting rid of him because, bad guy,
Well, I'm learning that my family's dead right now. That's
no. There's more than a few of you in Northport still living happily. I think Allison is getting married to
Rowena. Surely she's doing fine, right?
Oh, she killed politicians in Draxonia.
Sounds like her living her best life then.
Well, she doesn't do that anymore.
Did she take the deal?
No, she took one of the deals.
I thought. Wait, there's only really one deal, right?
Like, I gave you 2 deals right now. You know, like, either you take one or the second, you know, like... So she took one of them. I mean, there's a few that took...
So which deal did she take?
Took the good deal. Or, like...
Rowena, like... So Rowena took the good deal.
No.
Did she get the same ones that I have?
I mean, you have by far... No, you have, like, almost the best deal, probably. Because, you know, like... you know, the 2 younger ones, you know, though, they have to take Faye to the 3 empires. That's their deal.
Why is Faye going to the 3 empires?
She likes magic, but she should not learn necromantic magic, you know, so, like, I arranged a new teacher for her. He lives over there. Because... you know.
Well, with
here,
you seem like you're in the up enough. You found a teacher for me, maybe. Have you? No.
No. I don't think anyone wants to take you in. I mean, you're free to find a teacher of your own. Like
you people, you're friends with Jaxson. You hear the friendly banter here. Maybe who are you people? Just No? Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to meet your friends, Jax.
Just take the fucking deal. Just say, just take the deal. No more necromancy. You can do whatever the fuck you want except that. And you have to do what Morgan and me comes up with for you to do. Pay off like that, you know. You broke in here, like you have to be punished one way or another.
Oh.
And the other one is that you're off here.
Dead. Rowena's dead.
Yes or no?
Mother's dead.
Yes or no?
What are your plans for father?
Oh yeah, I'm killing him.
Maybe.
You know he's a bad person, though.
No, he's great.
No, he's not.
What do you mean? He's fantastic. Well, okay, maybe he wasn't always so nice to you, but... Please. Well, that was an accident, you said, right? He'd never do that intentionally. That was probably Atticus.
Yes or no answer. Give up.
Yes or
Well,
no?
I'm
or
thinking...
I will flip a coin otherwise.
No. I'm...
10?
Sure. I'll take it. I agree.
Bye.
Shake hands.
Wait. Look, I don't even have a spell book anyway. They took it, so I don't really have any magic anyway. But
Jaxson leaves.
no. Wait, Jax. Just one more thing. Does this mean I'm the head of the Gillstar family then? I'm heir to all the.
Soon, yeah, but you know, like the house is in crippling debt.
Oh.
Bye.
How did that happen?
Jaxson leaves now.
No.
Like,
Bam! Everyone leaves.
Lizard, elf. No.
He's not the brightest one. Really.
No.
And you're gonna.
No,
He's gonna live.
Yeah, because I feel bad for him. No, like.
Well,
So
I'm at least gonna do one thing for him. I prestidigitation the bucket.
He won't need the bucket anymore. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just to be nice.
Thanks, tall elf lady.
That's the only kindness you get from me.
What is it?
Can Kurt fucking use that cantrip as well?
He doesn't have it.
Well,
Oh, that was tough luck. Yeah, right. Let's go to Morgan. I need to talk to her with that.
All right. I hope you're ready for your arm stuff as well, Storm.
Yeah.
Right, let's give it an arm and stuff.
Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me then. And he takes you back up, and this time he takes you to the Great Hall, where you are met with the 3 skulls of the former members of the High Table that you saw last time, all staring at you with their empty sockets. And you are taken into that room, and Ethelward just kind of like waits there, and he tells you Morgan will be here soon. Kind of looks at you, Storm, sees that you're maybe a bit nervous.
Yeah, you know, I've never amputated a scourge arm before.
Don't worry, Storm. It's just the same as when you amputated your tail.
But I think amputating my real arm for a scourge arm will be worse than amputating a scourge arm to a skeletal arm.
So it's nice, right?
Yeah. All well that ends well, Storm.
I will miss you, Red Arm. A shame you have to go this early.
Red Arm starts to choke you.
You see your own arm turns into a dagger and starts moving towards you.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
Slowly.
So as you wait there for a moment, eventually you are joined by Morgan, who comes from one of the towers, and she steps into the room. Ethelward, please prepare a table for us. And he nods, disappears, as you're left waiting again. Morgan kind of gestures for you to sit down in one of the couches or sofas. So, a skeletal arm, was it?
Can you do another arm?
Well, we talked about it last time. It's not impossible to add some flesh to it.
No, skeletal. Yeah, skeletal. That sounds perfect.
You'll fucking regret that.
It will be very difficult to change later, so...
What will the flesh do?
Well, make it a little bit easier to conceal, perhaps, since it will at least be the size of your other arm. Skeletal arm, as you understand, is rather thin.
Yeah, of course. But will the flesh look like this?
No.
Probably not.
It will be, You saw my wardens downstairs.
Yeah, skeletal arm.
Zombie Storm, Skeletal Storm. Yeah.
Crap. Oh no. Oh, shit. Couldn't go. Damn.
Yeah, Storm can't go
thanks
with
for the
zombie.
offer, your tribune, but a skeletal arm sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. And you see at this point,
so
Ethelward
gonna
comes
regret.
back with a train of skeletons that are carrying tools and a table that they start assembling in the middle of the room. As they've kind of done this, Ethelward just snaps his fingers and the skeletons just disintegrate. And he just kind of like bows a little bit in Morgan's direction, and she gestures now for the table and says, Stone, please, if you wouldn't mind, please lay down.
Yeah.
You see at this point, Ethelward comes over and brings out these leather straps and starts kind of strapping you down to the table.
Otherworld, could I get some leather in my mouth as well?
He shrugs, shoves a piece in there. Well, the rest of you, do you want to watch this?
Yes.
Fair enough. But
You're free to
do
go.
you need emotional support, Storm?
Ethelward removes
No,
the leather from your mouth.
I take that
Yeah.
as
I'm the
You
more-
can watch. I think you'd enjoy that.
You can do that. You can do it, Storm.
Thank you. Much
It won't hurt
obliged.
that
We'll do
much.
it.
He shoves
Well.
the leather back into your mouth. Like, you have a very sharp set of teeth. You're probably gonna chew through this with ease.
Oh shit.
He kind of realizes this and does like quadruple layers of it instead.
Nice.
So, this first part will be... Well, I'm not sure if this will be the most or the least painful part. Guess it depends. But let's get started, shall we? And you see she brings out from her robes this crystal ball about the size of her palm. And you see inside it 7 little dots of light. They are very similar to the loose souls drifting around in the in-between. And you see she holds that above you, Storm, as she begins chanting, focusing on your existing arm, the arm of Oroxun.
Huh? Oh yeah. Nice.
Gotta get rid of it first, you know?
Yeah.
And as her chanting grows more intense, there's almost like... The rest of you feel almost like a wind picking up inside the room. And you see the crystal ball that she's holding, the souls that are presumably trapped inside her, kind of like almost bouncing inside it, just getting more and more agitated as cracks begin to form on its surface. And the chanting grows even more intense, and at a certain point, the crystal ball explodes, just shatters into dust. The souls are just let loose, but they are instantly almost like evaporated into pure arcane energy that streams into the arm. And Storm, you feel this intense pain as this shockwave bursts through the room, like the little glass boxes that these skulls are kept in. The glass shatters. Furniture kind of starts moving, trembling. You are all left in this intense state of like, is this going according to plan? Storm, you can't really do anything except bite down as this feeling grows more intense as the arm tries to hold on to you, essentially. You see at this point the arm has actually turned into a weapon that is almost trying to like stab toward Morrigan.
Holy shit.
But the energy of these 7 souls just flow into it, and almost like the arm itself is glass, like the crystal ball also just shatters and fades into nothingness as you're left with only the stump of what used to be your arm. And with that, the wind kind of dies down and you're left in the calm aftermath of whatever the spell was. You see Morrigan, whose hair has been like blowing all over the place in the wind, like she's just kind of like adjusts that with her hand, smooths it down a bit, adjusts her robes. That went rather well, I would say. Very well. Ethelwood, and he comes up and removes the leather from your mouth. You're in quite a lot of pain. It got really intense there for a split second, but now it's getting better. How are you feeling?
Let's go round 2,
Would you say that this is more or less intense than a physical wound?
Depends on... Yeah, more. Or...
Then the easy part remains.
Great!
And you see Ethelward at this point presents a bone arm that has kind of been cut off at the right length. It comes back, like, puts that on the table, like, where your arm would be. And Morgan just says, this next part will be more conventional surgery, if we put it that way.
Oof. Let's do it.
Would you like something to drink?
Yes, some water.
Very well. One of the Ethelward skeletons that is now returned, or another one, comes running with a glass of water, kind of feeds you with it. And you're still bound to the table.
I'm strapped. Yeah. Fuck.
So you get to drink some water, and then...
I'm ready.
Alright. And Ethelward puts the leather back into your mouth. And you see Morrigan now takes out these sharp knives, these scalpels, or whatever they're called, and kind of just casts a glance over her shoulder towards all of you that are sitting there kind of like watching this. And, you know, she walks over and starts cutting into the flesh of your arm stump. Just like slicing it open, digging into the bone. Until you like
therapeutic.
You hear this like scraping of the metal against your bone. And she really like cleans off some of the skin and the flesh that is in the way, has to like smoothen out the surface of the bone so that it fits perfectly flushly against the spare arm that you're getting. And when that's all like done, she just kind of like inserts it, sews the skin back together, and puts this like leather brace around the skeletal arm and your like shoulder. And when that is done, and you've stopped like screaming and biting into the your little gag that you've been getting, you're finally freed. And Morrigan just says, I would recommend staying, you know, lying down here for at least a little while. Of course, before you get any ideas, don't try to heal him. This next part of the process needs to be done first. I would like for you to focus on the arm. Have you attuned to magical items before?
Yes.
Right. It's very similar.
I'm not attuning to the arm.
No, but it is basically the same process.
Okay, let's focus on the arm.
So, you'll have about an hour or so to get that done. Then, once you start feeling something in the arm, simply tell Ethelward he will come get me, and you will be ready for the last step. That one shouldn't be all that unpleasant if you do this right. Otherwise, it will be very unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
The worst step yet.
Mm. Mm.
So make sure you do it properly.
Indeed.
Take your time. And she walks off, heading back towards one of the elevators in the turrets. You're all gathered in there. Ethelward kind of like leaves for a bit, but he comes back like periodically checking in. Does anyone want to do anything while you're waiting here?
Focus on the arm.
Well, the rest of you.
Elworth, you know, when could I talk to Morgan?
You want to talk about the...
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose I could take you to her.
Nice.
If you like.
I would appreciate that.
I gotta make sure she's willing, though. Stay here for a minute.
Yep.
And he goes off. Comes back, eventually. Alright. Come with me. And he takes you off to the turret. And you go on the elevator up to the 4th floor of the keep, to the top floor. But I think that's a good place to take a break. So, I'm hungry, and we've been going for an hour 45-ish. So we'll go for a break. We'll try to keep it short since we don't have unlimited time today.
It's very limited today.
So we'll see you all soon.
See?
Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Let me fix this.
Hey.
There we go. Welcome back. Hope you've had a great little break. We didn't take too long today, so that's good. And now we're ready to jump back into this thrilling adventure. Absolutely super thrilling. Actually, we took over half an hour now that I think about it. Still, not too long. We've done worse. So, where we last left off, Jaxson, you ascended to the 4th floor of Arx Mortem, and you're swiftly taken through this corridor into a room where you are met with Morrigan, of course. As usual, a raven is perched there on the back of her chair, and this seems to be some sort of study. There's like a big, wide desk with writing utensils laid out. There's like a smaller bookshelf with just like a selection of whatever she needs at the moment. Some old like ledgers and stuff. In general, like there isn't that much in here. It's a relatively sparsely decorated room. Quite utilitarian in that sense. But she just sits there behind the desk. There's another chair opposite it to sit down at.
Yeah.
She kind of just waits. So, I've heard that you're looking to make some sort of deal for Kurt Gillstar's life.
Yes. His release went or something like that.
His life.
Yeah.
So, I suppose I should start by asking, what's it worth to you?
Not much, really. It's more of like, maybe let him live and stuff. Like, he can pay the debt himself. Like, we can come to something like an arrangement where he's the one paying the debt that he owes you by not.
Because you see, I was planning on using him for the, shall we call it, next step in my current project.
Right. And do you need a specific person or just a person?
Not at all. I need someone with some degree of capabilities. He may not be the brightest.
Will he
student.
survive after it?
There are no guarantees in this world.
Okay, so can we make this the deal then? He does the thing you want from him, and if he survives, then he's free to go.
Let me be clear.
Uh-huh.
I understand that you want him to give up necromancy.
Yes.
He will not be able to give that up before he's done his part.
He can give it up after.
Perhaps. Of course, if someone else were to take his place, someone more competent perhaps, then I see no reason why.
Who that be like?
Someone else that happens to look an awful lot like the Gillstars, perhaps. Perhaps even bringing an entire group of people. The more the merrier.
Well, that's not probably worth it.
You have some time to think about it. You can leave him here. Contact me later. This is not something that is going to happen tonight. I still need some time on the current step of this project, as I called it. After all, I only just got the materials I need to complete it. It will take some time longer.
Could we at least maybe let him live in a guest room instead of in the dungeons? I mean, that, you know, like just the humanity thing.
I caught him sneaking into this place.
Yes, and he's in your debt now. Like, you know, like
I don't trust that he won't try to sneak out, is what I'm saying.
Just lock the doors. He doesn't have his spellbook and his cantrips are shit.
I prefer to keep him where I know that I can keep him.
Right.
I'll make sure to feed him more before it's time for his job.
But, okay. If he does the job for you, is he free to go after?
Considering the circumstances that someone is vouching for his life, then sure. I wasn't planning on it. I was intending to keep him around.
How do you mean vouching for his life?
Well, you seem rather adamant.
I mean, I don't really care if he survives this thing. It's more like he's let free afterwards if he survives. You know, like, so he's technically free to go, but you just have to pay his debt for breaking an entry, you know.
I will be very pragmatic with you. I see his odds as rather low. He's an alone, shall we call him, amateur.
Yeah.
An entire crew of professionals would obviously...
I don't know any crew of professionals.
I think I do.
I
think I'm looking at one of them.
I don't know any of that kind of magic, and I only know very low levels of magic.
This is not about magic. This is about a task.
And what's that task?
I couldn't tell you now. When the time is right, perhaps I could.
No, that's not a good deal for me.
That's why I'm saying you don't have to decide tonight. Take your time, think about it.
And how much would it cost just letting go right now?
I'm not interested in money. Money is of no
what
value.
Would it take to just let him go?
To just let him go?
Hmm?
That would require someone else to take his place.
Okay. Okay, I don't care that his chances are low. Like, he can do it. Like, I will just motivate him, you know, like tell him this is your only chance, you know, like and stuff like that. He will, oh yes, good. And then if he knows that if he does it good, he can go home. Then he will probably be better.
Right, learning that he could buy his freedom with necromancy.
And then afterwards, not use it. Last time he can use it, you know?
So the thing that will save his life, if he survives, will be the thing he must swear off.
Yes. Or he...
Seems a bit backwards. The lesson isn't sticking. Again, think about it.
I won't do it.
I will be in touch.
I won't do it.
Perhaps there is something else in it for you and your friends.
Okay, no.
Think about it.
I'm just like, can he
I
go
will be seeing you when Storm
if-
has completed
I'm
his
just...
attunement to his new arm.
So
But
he
for
wouldn't-
now, I have some things to take care of. Thank you
Okay.
for visiting me here.
Mhm.
Ethelwood is waiting for you outside.
He walks out.
Yep. Ethelward is there, and he makes sure that you follow him down back to the Great Hall, where Storm is still resting, almost semi-unconscious, and the others are doing their menial tasks. Does anyone want to do anything in the maybe half hour that remains until Storm is ready for whatever this next step is?
No.
Okay. In that case, Storm, once you feel like you're finished, you can alert Ethelward, who goes and collects Morrigan.
Oh.
She comes down and kind of looks at you, sits you up, investigates the arm, which is still hurting an insane amount. By the way, like, you know, it's just freshly sewn up. It's very much in a rough state still. She kind of looks at it, just prods it with a finger. It sends like a shock of pain. And you feel something in the arm then.
Indeed.
She kind of squeezes the tips of your fingers, skeletal fingers, and you feel a very faint sensation from this new arm.
Yeah.
Very well then. This next part, as I said, if you've done everything I asked, will go very smoothly. If not, well, no guarantees for anything. Simply follow your instincts on this one, would you? And she steps back, and you see she has her spell book, which just floats like an inch above her hand, just slams itself open onto a page, and she quickly just casts a spell. You see her finger pointing at you, and there's this like black mist that gathers around it and reaches out towards you as this copy of her own hand pointing towards you kind of floats from the actual hand and just barely touches you. And as it does, you feel the start of what is going to be this insane amount of pain and agony. Do you react?
She said to do what?
You feel that it's about to happen. You also feel that your arm can do something. Do you trust your instincts and react?
Yeah.
Good. So as this necrotic hand touches you, you see how your arm just twitches. Your hand shuts, and in an instant, that energy that seeps into you moves through you and into that arm and is absorbed. You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Aye.
However,
Language.
what you also see is that as it absorbs the energy, the stump of your arm that still is intact from before losing it, from between the scales, there are like these black veins that just bulge out as the flesh kind of undergoes some sort of minor necrosis. However, it does appear to kind of fuse the stump and the skeletal arm together. And suddenly the surgical pain goes away, as you appear to be fully merged with this arm now. Basically, how this works, since you are now fully quote-unquote attuned to it, is you get the same strength benefit that you had before. When using
7
that
plus.
arm. Yeah.
Let's go.
You still maintain that. You can no longer change the shape of it, nor can you do like force damage with any created weapon with arm. It does regular unarmed damage for your strength. However, once per day, When you suffer necrotic damage, you can use a reaction to reduce that damage to 1 point.
What the fuck? That is a weird thing.
Because it essentially absorbs it.
That is a situationally very good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
That is cool.
Wow. Now we're talking. How does it look?
Looks like a skeletal hand.
I asked my party.
Fair.
Absolutely terrifying. You should cover that up.
Ooh. 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 Your tribune? Much obliged.
Of course.
Ooh.
You may want to get a padded jacket for that.
I will indeed.
And you might get a glove.
A padded glove.
That too.
Regardless, you've had your rewards now.
Indeed.
I insist that you stay the night, of course. Ethelwood can have you taken back in the morning.
Sounds perfect.
I suppose so.
Sounds good.
You know the way to your rooms.
Is there anything we can do in the in-betweens?
You're free to explore as much as you like. Simply tell Ethelwood, and he will open the doors for you. Not that there is much for ordinary folks to do here. Finding entertainment out there is something that requires an element of expertise.
Is there only the parasites, consumers running around?
The souls of the dead that drift unclaimed by any gods on their way to the final destination beyond this place. There are plenty of those. There are other things as well. Vengeful spirits. I'm sure you've got at least one or two of those after you. Anyone with a long enough record of
What can they
screwing
do?
people over and killing people runs a risk of encountering them. What they can do is rip the souls from your bodies and absolutely demolish you. If you're not careful, of course.
The L'Oreal Lion. Oh,
We don't have to go outside.
Don't go out.
By all means, it's an interesting experience.
Been there, done that.
You could always go out and trap some spirits, some souls. The souls of the innocent are especially powerful.
How do I trap them? Can I trap them in my arm? In
No.
my sword?
You may have seen the crystal orb that I used before.
Yeah.
Those are essentially made to trap souls in the in-between.
Cool. How do you get your hands on one of those?
Make them. That's what I do, of course. But then again, I don't think most of you know the kinds of rituals that you would need such souls for.
Well, we're not necromancers, so...
No, it's not necromancy per se. In this case, for example, I simply needed 7 souls for the 7 destroyer gods to sacrifice in exchange for you.
I see.
A small price, if you ask me.
A very fascinating tale, but I believe I wish to go to my room.
Nothing is stopping you, of course. By all means. Please go.
Very well.
As for the rest of you, you know how things work. So, until later. And she kind of looks at you a bit extra, Jaxson, as she drifts across the hall and vanishes, leaving Ethelward behind to kind of stand in one corner, just observing all of you.
Other world. How dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find that? Later.
If you want something, you tell me.
Great. Can we eat like dinner at?
You tell me when you want it, and I'll have
Okay.
something done.
Great. Perfect. Then I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. So do you all head to your little rooms that you have here?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yep. You all go back, see the taxidermied animals, the raccoons, the whatever else I stocked those rooms with.
All
and
the things we dislike.
a dislike, well, I mean, that's a matter of definition. Do you do anything in particular here, or just hang out on your own, AFKing?
Probably AFKing with a book.
Alright, cool.
I suppose Storm is playing with his arm.
Yeah, you get accustomed to it quite quickly. You've already had a foreign object for an arm, so to speak, for some time now. So this is basically just more of the same, but less of a chance that it's going to try to kill you in your sleep.
Less of a chance.
For now.
I like that so much.
Well,
Not
you
like
know,
that.
as long as you don't get on Morrigan's bad side.
Which we will likely do.
Understandable. Which we will likely not. At least not Storm.
I mean,
God,
if
I
one
hope
of you
it does.
then...
Oh fuck.
I hope she can't cast like Finger of Death or something like that from that thing.
Oh fuck.
Power word kill.
Yep.
Like, we've come to stop you, Morgan.
Die. You are compelled to die, as Power Word kills us.
Shit.
Well, you spend a few hours in your rooms. You go to Ethelward eventually, request some food. You see he summons up more like skeletal figures to cook the food in a kitchen connected to the dining hall. A bit weird to think that like dead people are cooking your food. And, you know, part of you has to wonder where the meat came from. It's a bit of an ambiguous type of meat, you know.
Yeah, but we should not ask questions about that because we do not want the answer.
Well, but you're served food, and so you don't have to go hungry. And eventually, you know, the night comes, although nothing really changes since you're in the in-between, and day and night look exactly the same. But you kind of realize that you're getting tired. That was like an actual yawn for me, because I am severely sleep deprived.
Such is life.
Yeah, it's world season for League of Legends, so that's why I'm up late, you know. NA time zones for the games and EU time zones. Yeah. But yeah. So you wake up the next mornings, or the next morning. I'll say before then though, Storm, just like last time. In the night, you hear this weird scraping sound outside the door at one point.
I'm looker.
You
Through the keyhole.
Yeah, well, by the time you look, the sound is getting quieter, and you don't see anything.
Sneakily. I open the door the second I look out and I don't see anything, I open the door sneakily.
Okay, make a stealth check.
That's a 31.
Okay. As you peek outside, you see, kind of jumping along the stone floor, a black bird. A raven.
Yeah.
And as you peek out, it jumps a few more times before its head snaps around, like does a complete 180 and meets your eye with its kind of burning little ember in its skeletal side of the face. Just stares at you. Like the neck is twisted in a way that would kill a raven if you actually twisted it that much. This is not an owl, you know. It doesn't have like a full 360 kind of reach. But it just stares at you.
Good evening and good night.
Yep.
And then I sleep. Probably less good sleep.
You have been disturbed.
Yeah, I've been disturbed.
Well, you get your long rest at least.
Nice.
And so the next morning you all get up and you can all regroup. And
Jaxson would have attuned to the ring in the downtime.
Okay.
And
you replaced it with you replaced the other ring, right?
Yeah. Ring with the ring.
Yep. All right.
What will he now use that ring for?
So as you're kind of ready to head out, Ethelward can be found on the bottom floor, just kind of strolling around. Looks at all of you. You want me to take you back, huh?
Well, yes.
All right then. Where to?
Let's take outside Havenetha, I
Or
suppose.
could you do that?
Well, how close can you get to? It was Dusk Hollow Groves. The forest was the Druid forest was called, right? Or was the village called Dusk Hollow Grove?
Oh, it's the Dusk Hollow Grove is nearby. It's not really either, but it is within the forest of Dusk, which I believe is right there by the village.
How can you get us to the forest of Dusk or somewhere close by?
Somewhere close by.
Relative.
I'll have Nitha would work as well.
Yeah, take Havenetha and then we teleport there.
Nitha is probably a lot easier.
Let's do that then.
All right. Well, I assume you're ready.
Indeed we are.
Yes.
And just give me one moment and I'll take you there. And he heads off. Comes back a minute later, escorted by Morrigan, who kind of just turns around the corner smiling. So, I figured I should come and say goodbye.
Well, how very kind of you.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine, I assure you. You've done a great deal of work for me, and I very much appreciate that. I will remember your contributions.
How lovely.
And of course, perhaps we will work together again someday.
Sounds like a deal.
I'm glad to
Scar,
hear that.
we have a lot of things to do. We should not make any
Yes.
promises.
Time.
We don't make any promises until we are sure.
I will be in touch.
Perfect.
But until then, I bid you adieu.
Well, farewell to thee as well.
She just nods at Ethelward, and then disappears off again. He doesn't really hesitate a second, just kind of like gathers up the arcane energy in the air and conjures up another plane shift spell, taking you back to Havanitha, where you first left. And so you're back outside the northern gate in a kind of concealed area. He looks around for a second, making sure that nobody's watching. Alright. That's it for me then.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. And goodbye.
I suspect we'll be seeing each other again someday.
Someday.
Very likely.
Someday.
He just kind of like takes 2 steps back and then disappears in a quick flash of light.
All right.
Interesting folks we run into, eh?
Indeed.
Mhm. Before, can we head into town really quickly?
Yeah, I was actually asking if anyone wanted to go to town before.
Mm-hmm. I have another thing to do, another deal to finish.
Well,
How long is that going to take, Jax?
Quickly.
Great.
should we wait out here, those who don't want to go inside? Or do you need someone to go and help?
Can you just like make me fly or something and have quickly?
I suppose I can do that.
Nice. And put 1 fly in this ring as well.
Revivify was a second level or third?
Third.
Is fly third?
Third.
Oh fuck. Put invisibility in the ring.
All right. Invisibility and ring, fly on you. Boop boop. I don't know if I technically can cast it as a second level because of
How does that work?
Warlock.
It's actually a good question. Technically, no, because you only have 5th level spell slots.
yeah,
Arisa,
that's
give me some shit.
let's see what Arisa can give you then.
Here, have haste. Just kidding.
Enhance ability.
Fuck that.
Banger.
Bark skin.
that.
Whoa, Barkskin!
Bark skin is pretty.
Oh,
So,
Not on
nope.
me though.
Okay, heat metal.
Yeah, give me heat metal.
Yeah.
Or just wait, just burn the revivify.
Yeah, waste the most important spell in.
Fly off.
Alright, where do you fly
While
to?
I'm flying, I'm writing a note.
Okay.
Just about, oh, hey, we, so that castle keep thing, citadel, it was, Morgan, that's pretty much it. Bye. Something like that.
Okay, I feel like I know what you're doing now.
Yeah, and then I just go to that spiral, the tower.
The spire.
Name's tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spire. Yeah. Go to guard. Oh. Give this to Neum.
The guards at this point have started to kind of recognize you guys.
Yeah, just give it to Neum.
Right.
Tell it's from me. Bye.
They seem a bit confused, but they take the note, and you see one of them is headed for the spire as you fly off. You know that you didn't have to do that, right?
No, but Jaxson keeps in his deal.
But you never got your end of the deal.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, no, right. Well, yeah,
I got
okay.
it before.
Yeah, it was right. It was for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
He's a very considerate person. You know.
Yeah. No, I misremembered and thought that was just like for her if she was gonna take you to the in between. But
I fly right to the guard that's walking by. Can you add something like that? She's going to find a Necronomicon. Can you add that?
it's
I'll
like,
tell her.
what?
Just remember the Necronomicon.
What is a Necronomicon?
That works fine. She will understand. Good.
Necrosnomicon.
Necronomicon. Yeah. Okay. Just say something like that, and she will understand. Nice. Good.
As you fly up, you hear him go like, Mechanomicon.
Mecha.
More and more wrong. It's going to the Secroloricon.
Well, as you fly off, are the rest of you just waiting by like outside the city? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hanging out.
Okay. So, as you go flying towards them, like 5 minutes go by or so, and then you hear in your head, I assume you tried to get the man to tell me that it is the Necronomicon, am I correct?
Yes. That's all he says.
Yeah.
Wow, 25 words, you say one.
Alright, yeah, she doesn't say anything more. It's just that, and you fly and meet back up with the group. So, all of you...
Breaking the sound wave. The sound barrier.
You're gathered outside the city. Do you go straight for Arisa's little home village?
Yes,
Or,
sir. We had 1 free day. Now it's back to hustling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready.
Okay.
Aim. Fire.
So you find a good decent sized tree, and Arisa opens it up, and you step through. This feels so wrong when she isn't here.
Yep. But you know, this is Dara's related stuff.
Oh yeah,
and
right. We're going to the friggin' grove thingy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you have never been here.
You basically emerge through this big tree planted in the middle of a village, and you see like everything seems normal here. The houses aren't burning or anything, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's just like an ordinary countryside village, you know. It's cold outside, obviously, so there isn't all that much going on. Man, I can't do that much here because Arisa isn't present. So I will just say like Arisa says that she wants to do some things on her own and
Probably visit her parents.
with you, Dara. The two of you just go off alone because I don't want to burn through all the lore and role playing and stuff without Will actually playing Arisa.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that it had to be like this, but I kind of need my uncle, you know.
Yeah, no, it's obviously the case, which is mildly annoying. But you go, you find them. We're just gonna ignore all the role playing for now, just to basically get through all of this. You find Delvin, your uncle, and Thorald, the I guess his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
They're both eager to go on this quest.
Was it those two we helped?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
And the family.
the kid and the wife.
They do seem to have determined, though, that Thorold will be staying, and since this is Dalvin's thing personally, like, Thorold is okay staying there and taking care of his sister and such, his sister and niece, while Dalvin is away. So, Dalvin kind of turns to you, says, "We're going to make them pay."
Yes, we are, Del. Uncle. Yes, we are. Oh, also, I don't believe you have been acquainted with Storm previously. He was the one we used as bait.
Alright.
Well, a pleasure.
Captain Storm at your service.
Delvin Ironwill. I am, of course, Dara's uncle. Younger brother of her father, to be precise.
Welcome to the party for the time being, eh?
I thank you. And I thank you all for helping me and Dara in this personal journey of vengeance.
They're very
Our
kind
pleasure.
co-workers.
You may be co-workers, but to me you're all friends.
Co-worker.
Yes, Storm, we're friends.
Yes, co-workers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Friends.
Storm kinda has a...
Huh?
Damn.
Aha!
Oh.
Storm kinda has a...
Excellent words.
She's a bit slow in the head sometimes. You know her.
You dare speak of my niece as such?
Well, you notice it right now.
What were you about to say? Storm has
a problem with the being called the friend word, so he probably wants something like acquaintance or co-worker.
this massive man just walks up to you, Storm, just grabs you by the shoulders, and says, "You will be friendless no longer."
Much obliged. What? No. I took that wrong.
And he kind of like...
No. Co-workers.
he stopped listening.
I will be
Storm
friendless
got his first friend.
forever.
Then shall we go?
We kind of need to wait until tomorrow because we're kind of
Can't you
using
catch
it.
it twice a day?
No. Once per day.
Can she like speak with another druid to open a freaking
They don't know the tree.
Yeah.
They do
Come
not
on,
know.
Storm, you should know this by now.
Okay, well let's find the outcast then.
This is
that
a
won't
fucking
do
small
I don't believe there's an
Do
outcast.
you have an
here.
outcast here?
No. This is a village of like 50 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well then, let's find.
There's a very nice forest outside.
You know what? Like,
There's
to
not a
make
lot.
things easier, I'll say that Edelward just dropped you off here instead.
Oh.
Okay.
Because
okay.
technically with plane shift, you don't really need to know the
How
location.
did I send my note then?
Oh yeah, darn it. Never mind.
Damn.
Never mind. That doesn't
Yeah.
work.
We're chilling in the home suit.
We can only chill in 8 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
I wanna
can chill
sleep.
on. You can chill with some other things, like going around and going to the
I want to
only black.
explore her villa now.
Explore the village. Knock on every door. Hello.
Bro, there's like 3 shops.
Do you
Max.
know Arisa?
All of them know Arisa.
I'm trying to figure out a good way to take care of this.
Mhm.
What about this? No. Whatever. I don't know how to handle this. This is such an awkward situation.
How about we just do menial tasks that come up?
But there's
Or,
like
like-
nothing to do here, and it's like, why would they be chilling outside when Arisa has a home? Like, this doesn't make any sense, but I'm not gonna do all this stuff while... No. Look, here's what we're doing now instead. Because screw this. Arisa and Dara, you go alone. And then you'll go back and... It'll take a day longer, but screw this. This makes more sense.
Alright.
So Storm, Jaxson, and Fritz, you're left in Havanitha for a day. Dara and Arisa, you...
Another 3 days.
Let's go!
Yeah.
It's 40!
It's easier this way to not have to do all the awkward role-playing without Arisa here.
Yeah, I can understand.
So yeah. Do you want to do anything in Havanitha, Jaxson? Do you... you just go and leave the note and then... the date.
I believe
yourself.
these are going to have the greatest party ever without Arisa or Dara there.
Well, Jaxson would write a more descriptive note then.
Alright, sure. Well, still. The basic information is the same, just a bit more flair. You still get that message, assuming that you forgot to mention the Necronomicon by name. And then you're also free to do whatever you want to for, I guess, almost 2 days then, since they will be back like tomorrow, but then it'll take another day before you can actually leave again together, so...
I'm
If
going
only
to
we
get
had-
my armor shine.
Polished, yeah.
Yeah.
I go to Tinkerer.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want to get your scales polished?
The left arm scales polished, perhaps?
Tinkerer, I go to Tinkerer.
Yeah.
Bam. Good evening.
Good evening. You see this, like, gnomish woman.
Oh, so you speak Nor then?
Could you...
Well,
Yeah,
tinkerers are pretty well educated, you know.
Yes. Could you fix this?
What are you showing?
Boomstick.
Right, it's this broken pistol they found. So.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of pistol it was?
You never said that.
Gosh darn it.
Say it was like the cheapest of the cheapest
No,
boots.
no.
Second most cheap.
She looks at it.
Well, perhaps, given some time.
How long?
Oh, well, I would need at least a couple of days.
And how much would that cost?
Rather simple design for what it is. Say,
Actually, let's see, because I think there are actual prices for repairing these things.
Yeah, there are. I think it's in the gunslinger
Yeah,
part.
no, I know that. Let's see here. Of course, I would need to know what kind it is, but it's like a 50-50 toss-up. Repair... Yeah, okay.
75 gold.
75 gold, and when do you think it's done, yeah?
5
4
days,
days.
perhaps.
5 days. Okay, so the 18th.
We won't be back.
18th. Wait,
19th?
what day is it now?
It was 8 when we
Oh,
was
This
back.
one looks
Then.
like this is when he
So
came
9. It's
back.
probably 9.
It will be the 10th today.
14th.
Okay. 10.
Oh, 15th.
Yeah, the 15th.
Nice. Okay, the 15th Desolation, the dusk, it's done. Perfect. I might take longer to go get it. Is that fine?
I can keep it around for, say, a month.
Perfect. That sounds great. We splitting it, or do you want the 75 straight away?
Well, I can always sell it if you don't come back for it. So half the cost is reasonable.
So that will be 33.
No, 38.5.
38.5.
Or 30... 37.5 maybe. I don't know. 35 times 2 is 70. So yeah, 7, yeah.
Bam.
Whatever.
Bam!
Yep.
Yeah.
So you leave that there. Did you write down how much you still owe her?
Yeah.
Good. Thanks. It's easier if you guys keep track of those things. Anything else? Armor polishing, gun repairs. Are you satisfied at that point?
Satisfied.
Yes.
Okay. Then, with that, you can just spend the day, or 2 days technically, since, again, they won't be able
2
to...
days off.
Well, yeah, because Arisa can't take you out of here on the same day that you return, so it's some of those little annoying situations there.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll fast forward, pay for your room, or, well, Jaxson probably goes to the hub.
Yeah, for me,
I will clearly, as the niece of Delvin, I'm just gonna make sure he has a very good room at the Knock, so I pay 8 gold for him.
That's a double room.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what? The single room is 4 gold,
5.
right?
or you just pay for the suite.
I think he will be uncomfortable with the suite. I will give him 5. A single.
Percentage.
I mean, I gotta think of him. He has lived his
You
life
gave
as a
him
slave.
5 gold, he was gonna use it for something else. I'm pretty...
I pay it up front.
Are you saying that he does drugs?
Alcohol. Holy.
Well,
Because he's Titan boy, come on, man.
as Dara arrives with her uncle, you have the same kind of first meeting, Storm.
Yeah.
We'll just copy paste that. Much
Yeah.
obliged to his friendship
Oh shit.
offer.
Jesus.
Storm hates it just as much as if the theoretical Storm would have.
And so now you're you have another day, I guess, until, or well, it depends on how late you arrive, but yeah, Delvin's kind of amazed at seeing Havanitha for the first time. It's such a massive city. Elven culture is something very different than anything he has ever experienced.
I will clearly give him a tour of the some important sites at the city.
So you probably arrive quite early. And
gotta show it off.
some time to show, or take some time to show him around. Eventually, though, the next day comes. You leave early in the morning, I presume, so that you have some time to travel. So, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do in Havanitha, you all take off to the Underdark.
Bam.
You know the way, more or less, Dara. It's obviously, this is kind of the way you escaped. You probably didn't take the most straight path when you were running away, but you can sort of retrace what is hopefully the most efficient path back to your home city. Your camera is frozen, Leon. I don't know if you're actually here.
It's going to. Whoop.
Yeah,
No way again. Holy
seems
shit.
like it.
It's gonna be a whoop.
So we wait.
3, 2, 1. I think its internet broke. I think
This is not going very smoothly.
it's another problem. No way, it's the regular one.
Yeah, this is a bit more than usual.
Yeah.
Aha. So you're all in the Underdark, at least. You emerge back into the cave that you saw before leaving the first time. You know, you have all the big mushrooms and other strange growths that all of you non-Underdark people are kind of amazed by. You continue, Dara taking the lead.
No, she's just freezing.
Yeah, well, you push her. Delvin carries her in the direction that she is frozen,
Look
pointing
at
in.
that freeze frame. I look so...
Look, Leon? Are you back?
No, it's mutant now.
Oh. I just saw...
yeah.
Oh, there you are! Let's
Oh
go.
my god, dude.
Do you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you on your phone now or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the moment. I'll wait
Okay.
until my computer gets back
Cool.
and then I'll...
Well, I was trying to buy time, but now I can actually get somewhere. So, you proceed through. Dara, you take charge, leading your co-workers and uncle along this path through the caves. You know, you throughout the day you enter into these like massive caves. You go through some smaller ones. At one point, as you are in one of these huge caves, like a cave that is probably the size of like half of Havanitha. You have to like follow this narrow path that kind of snakes up along the side of the like wall. So you're probably, you know, 300 feet off the ground if you were to fall. It's basically like you're climbing a mountain, but it's just like the walls of the cave. So that gets you a bit like nervous. Delvin walks with absolute confidence. You know, he's from the Icebound lands. He's used to climbing mountains like this. So he's just almost happy to be back, on, you know, up high, even though he's technically further down than ever before, really.
No random encounters?
Well, not so far. And no, there are no random encounters. Deal with it. So,
Unfortunately, we cannot.
as you continue forward, and you're about like 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through this first day of walking through these Underdark caves, you know, you've even seen some like actual life down here, I should say. Like as you were walking through some of the bigger caves, like you saw what looked almost like birds from a distance, like flying around. Of course, they were more like bat-like probably than bird-like, but as you know, topsiders, you assume that they're like birds.
Birds!
Until Dara is like, no, that's actually like a cloaker. That thing will rip your face off. That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
you don't go near that one.
I fight it. Let's go.
But yeah, you see some strange things. You see some smaller like worms. At one point, you see this like really small little thing. Like really small is kind of, that's actually a massive over exaggeration. But like maybe this small of like a worm-like thing. You're like, huh, what's that? And it kind of turns and you see that it's like a miniature purple worm that you recognize from the arena.
Oh my, kill it. I kill it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Yeah, fucking Jesus Christ, that ain't fucking surviving.
Just upsetting the ecosystem. It's gonna take years for it to be full size. You know, it's not gonna cause you any trouble. It just like crawls there and turns to you and goes like.
Look how
Fucking-
huge it is.
Are you serious?
This
Okay,
gaping
18.
maw with teeth.
18.
Imagine having a
18.
purple worm with pet.
Just like throw one of your like a dagger or something at it and just pierce it. It just makes this like hissing sound that almost like fades out as the air escapes it and it goes limp.
That was
There
uncalled
you go, I
for.
just saved freaking Underdark.
Yeah, oh, we can leave. Nice.
I'm gonna try. My computer's restarted, so I'm
Alright,
gonna
cool.
try. Oh, maybe not. Discord hasn't loaded up
Maybe not.
properly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can do it. So
I'll wait a second then. Yeah.
Yeah, purple worm get wrecked, bro.
Yes. So how are your days?
It's alright.
yeah,
We're balling.
And
And
ah,
okay.
Oh.
Well, you can hear us now. Good.
yeah.
So as I was saying, when you're about 2/3 to 3/4 through the day, so to speak.
the day.
Well, there is a day, even though you can't see it. But as you are approaching like the end of your travels for the day, you are in a medium-sized cave, so way bigger than most caves, but not like the kind of city-sized caves.
Yeah.
And you see, like, in the middle, as you kind of come over a crest, you see a structure. This octagonally shaped building of dark stone with a gradually inclining roof of oxidized copper shingles. And on 4 of these 8 sides of the little structure, there are like these beautiful archways that open up into a singular room. And so you're kind of forced to get closer as you're making your way through this cave. And as you do get closer, you can see, the room that it actually opens into, just barely from a bit of a distance. There is something like in the middle of this that is kind of floating in the air. You can't really see without getting closer what that is, but inside of this the structure, there's something just like floating.
Well, there's
Let's
something
check it.
floating inside. Are we all fine with checking it out?
Yeah, the only action we will see in a while. Let's go.
So you approach this building, and you head through the archway, entering into the equally octagonal chamber. Looking inside, you see like along the walls on the interior, there are bookshelves. The walls that aren't covered with, or that aren't occupied by the archways to enter. So they're all like bookshelves stacked with organized books. And as you kind of go inside, you see like surrounded by this these floor inlays of completely non-oxidized brass in the shape of like a jagged sun. In the middle, on like this kind of pedestal, hovering maybe 5 feet into the air, is this long cylinder. This metallic cylinder, probably like 2.5 feet in length.
Well, let's check out the cylinder a little bit more. Touch it.
Okay, so someone just walks up and I forgot. You see, like, surrounding this central thing, there are like 4 stone, almost like tendrils that kind of reach up toward the ceiling, and there's this inward glass dome in the middle of the ceiling that these 4 stone tendrils are kind of like pointing up toward.
Oh.
What's in that dome?
No, it's just like a part of the ceiling. Like you see the caves.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, maybe I start looking at the books, see if they are readable.
Okay, and Jaxson, you go straight for the cylinder. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach the cylinder, Storm, do you do anything, by the way? Okay.
I'll see what happens. I'll stay back and not get wrecked when the cylinder does something.
Right. So, Jaxson, you approach the cylinder, and meanwhile, Dara, you just grab a book, and you open it, and you start looking through, and you realize all the pages are empty.
Oh.
And you put that back, and you take another book. Same thing with that. Make a history check. Or you can choose history or survival.
I do believe my history is better than my survival, but
I would give you advantage on the survival if you choose to do that one.
What is my survival? In that case, it's actually more worth to take that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a 19.
Okay. You remember stories that you were told as a child of the kind of creatures that lurk in the Underdark. And you remember stories about a Bolhanoth, originally from another plane, but oftentimes ending up in the Underdark. They have the ability to create illusory terrain, based on what their prey desires. Jaxson, as you reach for this cylinder,
Glad I stayed back.
and you grab onto it, you realize this is the case for a codex.
Oh.
And as you do, the 4 tendrils shatter the stone around them and slam down towards you as the ground bursts open. And this horrendous looking, disfigured, tentacled beast emerges. And it is going to get a surprise attack on you.
Indeed.
Because it has been waiting here. So, oh gods, that's bad. But that's still a 20 to hit on the first attack.
No, I have 21.
I have bark skin.
And a 28 to hit on the second attack.
Bark skin.
You didn't get bark skin.
No.
You chose eat metal.
Cure wounds.
And you see, like, it has this big maw with these 2 super pronounced huge teeth, like foot-long teeth. Along with, like, multiple other smaller teeth as well. That it chomps down with. And so for the bite, you are going to take so that is going to be 33 points. No, wait. 36 points, sorry.
Just 36
Of
points.
piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the tentacle that slams you, you are going to take
24, I guess.
This isn't that much. This is only. Actually, 23.
Oh!
Yeah, not even bloodied, guys. Not even bloodied.
And so, I mean, it's getting pretty late, so I think we're probably gonna have to save the battle for next time. But we'll have you all roll initiatives now, just to get through some more of the minutes that we still have before we really need to end. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Jaxson just got 10 and Fritz got 12.
Maybe we should do it the way Jacob wants.
Well, Fritz 12 and Jaxson 10. I do want the rest of you to wait a moment, though. So that one got that much. Okay, so let's just do Storm.
14.
Okay, Dara.
3.
And Arisa.
17.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm happy that Arisa and Dara aren't like next to each other in the initiative at least.
And we
Or maybe if there's no one higher.
Well, we're going to start off next time with the lair action, actually.
Oh.
Because this is a bit of a legendary creature.
Spicy.
So,
can I get the picture? What was it called?
Man, I was
Hanoth. I will send you a picture real quick.
I was hoping that Dara would touch it first.
Oh my god, that's disturbing.
Send the picture. Hello.
There we have it.
Oh.
My
It is very powerful.
It looks a bit weird.
Well, that's the thing that is currently chomping down on you, Jaxson. And I don't know if I said it, but you're grappled.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm just not. I'm not consenting.
Well, you're not gonna be very happy about this, Jaxson.
Would you really force yourself upon me?
To kill you, yes.
I feel like that's a bit rude.
Well, rude.
Say
sure.
to the monster trying to munch on you.
He needs to learn consent.
Well, it probably won't when it comes to eating people.
I'm not consenting.
It doesn't care.
Man, this is not a nice thing.
Most of these monsters that try to kill you are not nice.
No. I feel like this is kind of rude.
It is rude. I've already agreed with that, you know?
Yeah, like, I would not be friends with this.
It's not
You don't
trying to
say.
be friends with you either, so you're good. Well, I guess we're going to end the session there then. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching.
Indeed.
We'll hopefully we'll not have like technical awkward situations next time and
Yeah.
and things like that. So until then, I was about to say don't go anywhere, but please go somewhere else. Touch grass.
It will take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be very awkward if it actually didn't leave.
Don't stay there. Like touch grass. Don't wait for us. You might starve to death before then. So yeah. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.